One of Toronto's most prestigious private schools is back in court today. 7 teenagers are facing charges ranging from assault with a weapon to gang sexual assault. Today's hearing is the latest in the long legal road ahead for the teens and their lawyers. Joining me now is Tanya Walker of Walker Law to give us some perspective. So Tanya, a total of 37 charges were laid against the teens. What kind of punishments would they face if they are found guilty?
Well, they range, so it could be community service to house arrest to being incarcerated, just depending on the gravity of the crime, other circumstances, if it was a repeated offense, if the young adult actually has a record.
So when they are charged, the teens ranged in age from 14 to 15. They cannot be identified under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. So besides their age, Tanya, what kind of factors will the judge take into consideration?
Well, the judge has to balance between having that person come back to society and be able to make a contribution to society, with a balance of deterrent and punishment. So what the judge has to look at is what is the least punishment that can be given to that young adult in order to rehabilitate that young adult. And so it just depends on the level of involvement in these acts. And if it was a repeated offense, looking at the circumstances of the school. This has happened before in 1999, and all the young adults had to do was apologize. So maybe this is a tradition in the school. So there's so many factors that have to be taken into account.
And I imagine the youth individually as well, their maturity, for example.
Yes, the victim impact statement also is very important. 2 of the victims are undergoing treatment. So depending on what they say in their statements will also impact on the consequences.
What would be the next step in this case?
It depends. So if one of the young adults say today, I'm not guilty, which I doubt because there's video evidence, then you're probably going to have to schedule a trial. If that person actually says, well, I am responsible, but I've already entered into a plea and provides information, then that might end there, and you might just have to monitor that young adult.
Okay, so we're still really waiting to see what will happen.
Right, exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Tanya, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Okay.